Welcome back to AdTech AI Files, bite-sized content for those living in an AI world. Today, we're diving into a real heavyweight matchup in our latest explainer. We're talking brand versus performance marketing. We hear these buzzwords all the time, right? But we're going to move past the jargon and break down how the smartest marketers out there actually balance these two forces to scale up massively. So picture this. What if I just handed you a $1 million ad budget today? Seriously, right now. Would you blow it all on some culturally defining Super Bowl commercial, which, let's be real, barely covers a 15-second local spot nowadays? Or do you pour every single cent into a hyper-targeted Google Ads campaign to guarantee immediate returns? It's a classic false dichotomy. We're constantly told we have to choose between making a huge splash and, just driving a click. But the reality? The real answer is that you absolutely need both. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with a big misconception, deconstruct both brand and performance marketing, see why you absolutely need both, and finally, take a look under the hood at the AdTech engine powering the whole shebang. All right, kicking things off with part one, the big misconception, or how we're actually solving two totally different problems. You see, the industry loves to pit these two against each other like it's some zero-sum game, like it's the creatives battling the data analysts, right? But they actually operate on completely different timelines. Brand marketing's whole job is to create future demand. Performance marketing, on the flip side, is there to capture existing demand. Basically, one fills up the pool with potential buyers, and the other builds the diving board so they can jump in. Moving right along to section 2. Let's deconstruct brand marketing, or how to make sure they remember you way before they ever buy. So, brand marketing is really the long game. It's the process of creating that future demand by building a rock-solid reputation, spreading awareness, and really cementing consumer trust. Think about Nike. When they show an athlete pushing their absolute limits, they aren't begging you to buy shoes right that second. No way. They are embedding an identity directly into your brain. That way, when your old sneakers finally fall apart, say 6 months from now, brand marketing ensures Nike is literally the very first tab you open on your browser. I love to think of it this way. Brand marketing is basically planting trees. You don't get the shade today, but man, you'll be so glad you planted them a few years down the line. It takes immense patience and, a pretty heavy upfront investment to plant those seeds of trust in your audience's mind. Now on to section 3, deconstructing performance marketing, where it's all about those measurable outcomes. Okay, so if brand is the marathon, performance is absolutely the sprint. Performance marketing is all about campaigns focused on capturing existing demand. And it does this through hyper-measurable, immediate outcomes, things like clicks, purchases, and signups. When you search for best running shoes and click a paid link, or when you get hit with a dynamic retargeting ad on Instagram because you abandoned your cart, well, that's performance. It's highly programmatic, incredibly efficient, and it demands immediate ROI in what is a seriously cutthroat bidding landscape. And just to finish off our earlier analogy, performance marketing is harvesting the fruit from the trees you've already planted. It's super efficient because you're targeting high-intent users, people who already want what you have. But, and this is a big but, you can't harvest the fruit if you never bothered to plant the tree in the first place. Which brings us perfectly to section 4, why you need both and how they create the perfect synergy. Look, operating either of these in a silo is just a massive recipe for sky-high acquisition costs and totally wasted spend. Let's break it down. If you only run performance, you're essentially just begging strangers to buy from you. With zero brand trust, your costs go through the roof and your conversion rates absolutely plummet. On the other hand, if you only run brand, you might be culturally beloved. Everyone knows who you are. But that awareness never actually translates into real customers because you never asked for the sale. Simply put, you literally need both to survive out there. It's like this. A healthy, growing business needs the endurance of a marathon runner while still having the explosive, right-now speed of a sprinter. Brand builds your long-term stamina, while performance is what actually gets you across the immediate finish line to close the sale. All right, final piece of the puzzle, section 5, the AdTech engine powering both of these strategies. So how exactly do you manage this marathon and sprint at the exact same time? Well, you do it through modern demand-side platforms, or DSPs. We're talking industry heavyweights here, Google DV360, Amazon DSP, The Trade Desk, Viant. These act as your centralized command centers. They literally let you bridge the gap. You can run a gorgeous awareness-building connected TV ad right in someone's living room, and then smoothly sequence that into a hyper-targeted, conversion-focused display ad on their mobile phone the very next day. It's wild stuff.
The absolute best marketers in the game have completely shifted their mindset on this. They never, ever ask whether they should invest in brand or performance. Instead, they're asking, how can brand and performance work together to grow the business? It's a fundamental shift. Brand creates the demand, and performance captures it.
But A, if brand creates the demand and performance captures it, what in the world is happening in that murky middle area? Like, how many touches does it actually take to get a customer to finally convert? Well, next time on our Explainer series, we'll be breaking down the modern marketing funnel. We'll reveal why your campaign actually starts months before a user ever clicks buy. Until then, keep planting those trees, and I'll catch you next time.